My name is Dominique and I am a copywriter. I work alongside Lucy at Lucy's Web Designs. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about copywriting, explain to you what it is and how it can potentially help you improve the content on your website and in that way drive sales. So the first thing I want to address is the difference between copywriting and copyright, because it's something that people tend to get a little bit mixed up. So a copywriter is someone like me who writes the content or copy for promotional materials, whereas copyright is a legal term which relates to ownership of intellectual property. So they are very different. So if you're using a copywriter, know that that is the person that's going to write the words that go onto your website or your marketing documents. So copywriting is really at the heart of every business, because at some point you're going to need to promote yourself. But unfortunately, companies spend thousands of pounds every year producing marketing materials that don't really gather enough interest. And one of the reasons for this is because it's not written in a way which is very customer centered. So one of the things that I've noticed that people do when writing their own marketing materials is that they focus too much on themselves. And they focus too much on their products, and they focus too much on their product features, when what they really should be doing is pushing the benefits of their products and services onto the customer. So this is where a good copywriter comes in, because a copywriter not only writes your copy, but they will actually have the empathy and the foresight of putting themselves into the shoes of your prospective customer and try to understand what that customer needs and how they will feel when they're looking at your website. So I'm going to give you a few tips which you can bear in mind when you're writing marketing material. So as I said, the first thing is that your copy must focus on your customer and not you. So when somebody visits your website, they don't want to be inundated with information about you, your background, what are you selling, how long you've been selling it for. I mean, I know this information seems worthy and important to you because you've worked a very long time to establish yourself, but your customer doesn't care about all of that. What they care about really is the benefit that it's going to have for them. So when they visit your website, they really want to see themselves. They want to see something that's going to relate to them, something that's going to do something for them, work well for them, or make them feel good. So you've got to have this sort of client-centered approach in mind whenever you're creating marketing material. The next thing is, don't focus too much on your product or your service features. So when you are selling something online and you go on and on about the features, you're going to lose somebody, because all your customer really wants to know is the benefit they're going to get from using it. So client-centered marketing really is about the customer and their feelings. So you need to understand their interests, their wishes, their fears, their aspirations, and you need to lead with the benefits and follow with the features. So for example, if I'm walking past a coffee shop and I look at the coffee, I don't really want to know the features of the coffee. I don't want to know the compounds of the brew or the acidity or pH level. I just want to know how that coffee is going to make me feel. And the benefits there are immediate because it smells good, it looks good, and I know that it's going to make me a much friendlier person for the day. So it's not really about logic, it's about emotion. So the third thing really is that you really must have a very clearly defined client-centered message. Your marketing message needs to be crystal clear, and it needs to be repeated throughout your marketing material so that your customer is motivated to take action. If I asked you, what is your marketing message? You should be able to tell me that within 10 seconds. And if you can't, then that really is something that you need to think about. The next thing is trying too hard to be professional. So I'm not saying that being professional isn't important. Of course it is. But what I'm saying is, don't get caught in the trap of trying to sound so professional that you actually become unrelatable. Your customer is a person and they want to buy a service or a product from another person. So in order to build that relationship, you really need to be real. And the next thing, which is really important, is the use of jargon. Jargon makes it really difficult for your customer to understand what you're saying. By definition, jargon is something that is only understood by a select group of people, and therefore it's really self-defeating when it comes to marketing materials. So really do not alienate your customers by using jargon. If you want to write copy that sells your products and services, just write it in clear, simple, easy to understand language that everyone can get. So there are lots of other things that you can do to improve your content and to drive sales. But if you can't afford a copywriter, the best thing to do is remember who your customer is, how your service is going to benefit them, and getting your marketing message across to them in the clearest and simplest language possible. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you need any further assistance, please, give me a call anytime. And also, if you need a website built, I would highly recommend Lucy. She's absolutely brilliant. Obviously, having a website is fundamental for every business, and it can be a little bit scary and technical, but honestly, she makes it so easy, fun, and straightforward. She's great.